Hello, everyone. This is Kathy Barnette. I just wanted to spend some time with you and talk to you about critical race theory. I know. What is critical race theory? In a nutshell, critical race theory is an academic discipline that was formulated in roughly 1990s. And it is built upon the intellectual framework of identity-based Marxism. Now, some of us are familiar with Marxism, right? Um, the difference with today's Marxism is that they replace the word worker with the word race. And the goal is to create agitation. Agitation for what? Why would people want to agitate individuals based on race and ethnicity? It's because if you are divided, I can control you, right? Now, critical race theory is not new. It has been injected into our government, into teacher training, into HR departments within corporations. Whenever they had those diversity training, yeah, they were slipping it in there at that time. But also, I think the thing that is causing people to really become unglued about critical race theory, that's been here for a while now, is because now we see it being taught to our very small and vulnerable children. Now it is being taught in K through 12. And I believe most of us have come to the realization that this level of thinking and teaching has permeated our universities, and we're seeing the results of that from some of our children that we've sent to these various colleges, and we don't want that to happen to our little babies. Listen, most people don't fully understand what the American dream is. The American dream simply means upward mobility, that I have the opportunity to carve out a life for myself. It's certainly what I experienced on that pig farm in southern Alabama. And I have nothing against pig farms, so don't make any comments on that. I had a wonderful childhood, but in part because I was a child and I did not know just how dire things were. But I grew up in dire poverty. And upward mobility means hope. Upward mobility means that if I discipline myself, if I work really hard, that I could have the opportunity to move up in life, right? That's what's meant when people say, oh, I want a house and a picket fence. Upward mobility is the very thing that over 1 million people who become legalized residents in this country every single year move here to acquire. Is what is our birthright in many regards as Americans. But that American dream is hanging on the precipice right now, because what Marxism does, let's look at what has happened every time Marxism has entered into a country. Marxism goes into the Soviet Union. They are now communists. Marxism goes into China. They are now communists. Marxism goes into Cuba. They are now communists. Marxism goes into Venezuela. They are now communists. It doesn't work out well for the nation. It doesn't work out well for us. The American dream is really capitalism. And capitalism is a blank check that we and many in the majority in the scheme of things, we get to determine how many zeros are going to be on that check. Now, it's not always equal and it's not always balanced, but I was able to carve out a life for myself. And I believe that my life only takes place here in America. My journey of coming out of dire poverty, being the first in my family to go and finish college, spent 10 years in the U.S. Army Reserves, where I was accepted into officer candidacy school, being able to spend time in the financial industry, corporate finance, an adjunct professor of corporate finance, authoring my first book, and now a candidate for Senate and PA. My journey takes place here. And I am so grateful that I'm an American. And I'm so grateful that this country has afforded me the opportunity to carve out a life for myself. And it is one of the overarching reasons for me running for Congress. I believe my journey has uniquely made me for this moment. I am uniquely made for the moment that we find ourselves in, but I cannot get there without you. I am your best chance at holding on to this Senate seat in Pennsylvania. And I need you to go to kathybarnette.com or barnetteforsenate.com. I need you to donate. I need you to share this video. I need you to start talking about critical race theory. I'm going to do a couple of more of these and begin to just help educate. For example, the next video will probably be on what is the difference between equity and equality. Most people confuse the two, but there is nothing similar between the meaning that is poured into those two words. Blessings. Talk to you soon.